Hey, how's it going, everybody? First of all, I've got to say, first and foremost, Happy Memorial Day. I know, I'm a week late, but there's so many people that have given so much um, just so we can do stupid things and have freedoms, stuff like make YouTube videos. So we've got to tell them thanks. So if we set aside one day out of the year, I think that's fair. Second, I want to say a big shout out to Hank Chin. He gave me a shout out in his video about a week ago, and he's a great guy. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, you should check him out. He's got a lot of good videos. I know so many people send me stuff all the time that's like, it's okay, your parents are going to accept it, they'll be okay with it. But he's mostly very, very upbeat, but he's got a lot of stuff that's like, my parents weren't okay with it. My mom does not think it's okay. So, but that's her problem. She'll get over it. I can't let it keep me down. So I think that's very fair. Anyway, you should check him out. Thanks, Hank. Third and most important thing, I want to go over pretty much what I started this YouTube channel for, was to help me come out. I know there's a lot of people that will benefit from this, and I don't want to sound selfish, but I made this for me so people can help me out, So every day somebody can push me and say, all right, when are you going to take the next step? When are you going to, tell somebody? So anyway, it was about 2 weeks ago, and it was right after the Don't Ask, Don't Tell training that I told you about, and that day probably wasn't my best day. I was actually late coming into work and everything, so I wasn't having a great day, and then I don't think the Don't Ask, Don't Tell training went exactly like I thought. It was just personally just a bad day. I didn't get enough sleep and everything. So anyway, later on that afternoon, somebody said something like, you're a lazy faggot or something along those lines. And just, all fun and games. And really, I promise nobody take that personally. They were just trying to, play around with me. And I got really pissed off, and I told my boss, shut the hell up. And I just kind of went off, and I was having a bad day. And I rarely do. I really promise you, I don't have bad days. It's very, very, very rare. So the next day, I thought about it long and hard. And the next day, I went in to my boss, and I took him aside, and I locked him in a room, and I said, I want to apologize for how I acted yesterday. I'm sorry. I freaked out. I just wasn't having a good day. He's like, he said, I know, you're a good guy, and you usually don't have bad days, and so I'm really not going to make a big deal of it. I said, great. And then I said, now I want to tell you something, and you've got to, this has got to be a complete secret. And he's like, well, is it anything illegal? Blah, blah. And I was like, no. And I was like, I'm going to tell you this, and if you tell anybody, I'll murder you. It's like, some expletives. I was like, just don't tell soul that I have to tell you this. And he's like, okay, what? And I said, yeah, yesterday, somebody called me a faggot, and I kind of went off, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, I am. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm gay. And he said, yeah, we all know. And then just trying to tease me. And I said, no, seriously. And he's like, really? Do you want me to put a stop to all this? Do you want me to pull everybody aside and tell them they can't talk like that? And I was like, no. I wanted to let you know that 999 times out of 1,000, it's no big deal. But yesterday I was having a bad day, and that kind of set me off, and I wanted you to know that. So that was my first straight person in the military that I've told. So it was a really big step to me. It was almost 2 weeks ago. And things haven't really been that awkward. I see him all the time, and it hasn't been bad. And so anyway, are you surprised? I actually told somebody, and I encourage everybody to tell me every day to take it a step further, to keep pushing myself. So I'm sorry for this quality. I really got to get like a real camera, and I'm just holding this, and it's all shaky, and my thumb's probably over the lens. But anyway, and it's like 115 degrees, so I'm gonna get out of here. Everybody, take care.